Hello.
And a distinguished guest, Big U. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, bro.
That's right. Yeah, I wanted to talk about some of the things that we've been talking about on our podcast with Big U to see what he think about it, like gentrification, you know what I mean? Like in my neighborhood, you know, it used to be predominantly black, like for miles and miles. But now that then switched over to like all our people then moved to like Moreno Valley, Victorville, and all this stuff, because not because we wanted to, but because we have invaders. We have people that's coming over from different countries that's getting more privileged than we are. You know what I mean? I don't know what your situation is in your neighborhood and what's causing gentrification in your neighborhood, but if you'd like to share that with us, we'll like.
Well, we have a different situation. Ours, or not, it's the same, but it's not really people that's coming like per se from out the country. We have in one part, it's opportunities. It's like the Hispanics have taken over the lower part, the beginning of our neighborhood,
Right.
and then now in the top part, in the overhills and over there, you see more of all the white people coming in right now. And if you try to identify it, it's more than one factor. In the overhills, it's that Silicon Valley. It's what the dude that on Google, the Google people that coming over here. So they buying at the marina. So once they buy at the marina, they bringing in 4,000 or 5,000 people to get these jobs.
Right.
Now these people now finding places to live, and they coming to our neighborhood because it's straight down Slauson.
Right.
So now anywhere from the Dare Heights through Culver City, getting out towards our neighborhood, those houses went up. They went up like 500,000-600,000.
Right.
So, but you got these people who come from over there who make millions a year. They come in and put 200,000-300,000 over.
It's funny that you say that because they just passed a law that allow people to like vandalize property, to like assault people, to actually go in stores and loot as much as they want to.
Yeah.
So I think that's because in certain neighborhoods, I think that they want to shut down all the stores and allow Amazon, those people that you was talking about that's buying these properties, to put their warehouses in there so they can just start shipping everything. But after a while, I don't think it's going to be no stores in our neighborhood. I think when you go to the grocery, because Nike already projected a loss because of the loot. They said their gross income have changed because people coming in their store filling up their bags. Now, after a while, insurance companies is not going to insure these Louis Vuitton places, all these places they're going in, and UPS, Amazon, Prime, and all of them is going to capitalize off all of that. That's what I think is creation of that, because when they passed that law, the chief of police, the chief of the sheriff department, the district attorney, did nobody oppose the court order. Did nobody oppose it? Why?
Right.
Why? They trying to create, this is like almost like a purge situation.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like somebody could come and right on your house, like, you know, disrespecting you, and they won't even go to jail. So they can come back the next night and do it again, man. We living in a crazy society right now.
Yeah, it ain't scripted.
Yeah, to speak to that, that's just so crazy because I look at that all the time and I'm like baffled by it too. Like, I've never seen an era where you tell the people you're not going to jail. I don't want people to go to jail anyway.
Me either.
But if you look at it the way you
But
just
some
spoke
people
at it,
need to go to jail.
yeah, 'cause we
I
was
mean, come on,
we
man.
was locked up with some people that
Right.
because I can contest to at an early age I should have been in jail.
Me too.
At an early age I should have been.
I always tell a Big U, they never came to my house and accused me for a crime that I didn't commit.
Right.
I committed everything they came and got me for, man. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, I couldn't understand how they knew I did it.
Right.
I didn't understand snitching. So until one of my homeboys pulled up in the back seat, and then it came together. I said, damn, that's how they know I did it. People be telling on you, man. I never thought that one of the homies would tell on me, man.
Tattletales.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but yeah, man, things have changed as far as the music can change also. Like, you know, we gotta start like telling our youngsters, you know, we know a lot of them,
we do.
that, hey, stop making like the little girl, she got that song, man. It's real controversial, real like disrespectful. She talking about her pussy is pink and her booty hole is brown. Like, why would they even put that shit out?
Ice Spice, what is it? Ice Spice?
No, Sexy Red.
Yeah,
Sexy
man.
Red.
Why would they
Sexy
even
Red.
put some shit like that out?
Well, I mean, it goes back to what? Public Enemy.
Right.
You want to keep a certain people a popular culture, you want to keep them people down. You want them to think negative of themselves.
Right.
And if you keep them thinking negative of themselves, they can't they can't pick themselves up.
You're right.
I mean,
we was on some different shit. You remember Ice Cube was out and pay back the motherfucker nigga.
Right.
In our mind, we used to really pay back the motherfucker nigga. When we seen somebody that we didn't like and listened to that music, Spice One or something like that, we rolling up on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it do play a role in the way people think. But you know, just like we said before, we seen John Wick. At the end of the movie, we know John Wick is not a killer. We know he's not that person that he's portraying. He's just acting. So a lot of the rappers need to let the kids know that this is make-believe. I'm not this person. If your image is that, you can hold on to that. Like Nipsey, your boy Nipsey was really street. He was really hood. He really
changed,
represented that. You know what I'm saying?
His last message was about change, because he really wanted to change what he was saying.
Right.
Because he didn't want those vibes coming back to him. So
Right.
if you look at the growth he made, the natural maturation from where he was
Right.
to where he really actually put out an album,
Right.
a studio album,
Right.
it was all different music.
Right.
The music before that was the gangster, was the hood and all that.
Yeah, he started.
But he grew up from that, and he started seeing, because once you start having kids and you start growing, you know, you start looking at your babies and you looking like, this ain't what I want to say to them.
Right.
And this ain't what I want them to be doing. You still can be hood, because each one of us still. We still all of who we are. We still a men. We are.
And that's another thing.
Yeah.
Too. It's like we talking like this. We talking educational and all that stuff. That don't mean that we change. Like we are. If you run up on us with us, we still the same people we always been. We just trying to express something to you to let you know that it is possible for you to change. Like me and you, we started off almost the same, man. You know what I'm saying? When you got out, I got out. You came to me, you say, hey, Pop, look, man, I want to do business with Dog. You know what I'm saying? You was working with Suge at the time, and I was working with Snoop, and you was like, man, I was like, well, I need something from Suge. And you was like, well, I'm going to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? But we never tripped on each other. None of that shit. We always kept it 100. You know what I'm saying? You told me that. I ain't going to even say the situation that happened, but, you know, you always kept it 100, man. You know what I'm saying? And you reached your goal. I remember you brung Tiny Zeus up to the studio in Hollywood.
Yep.
And that's when you was trying to sell your ideas. You know what I'm saying? And you did good, man. I mean, you did real good in the industry. You made a mark, bro.
It's hard work, man. You know, I say all the time that when I parole with the right mind.
Right.
And I didn't go too fast. I didn't feel like nobody owed me. Let me say it like that.
Right.
When I came home, I felt like I wanted to work for everything I got.
Right.
And then I didn't come home like people thought I was gonna come. Feel like people owe me this. They gotta give me this.
Right.
That wasn't my mentality. That wasn't how I moved. Although my name would get through a door before I actually get to the door.
Right.
And then people thinking I'm coming to take something. My mentality wasn't that. And if people go back there, remember when I came home when I was dealing with Suge.
Right.
Suge never had an incident where I was with him. The whole 3 years
that's
I was
why
with
he
him.
had you.
Yeah. I mean, no, because I felt like I was a cheat.
Elbow that nigga.
Yeah.
You let me elbow that nigga.
But you niggas a motherfucker.
And that nigga was standing away. You was standing right there. I elbowed that nigga. Went, he trying to stand in the way of us moving, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
niggas a motherfucker, man.
You always kept it 100 though, big.
Always,
respect you on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Even like in the module, man. You know what I'm saying? When your homies and shit wasn't that deep, you used to turn yourself in, man, and come in there and whoop ass, bro.
Remember that?
Remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always been like about it, man.
That was a commitment, man.
Yes,
commitment to what we was doing.
I like when he came home.
And you deserve the respect that you get. Like all the states, man. You got shit on lock, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real, you extended your hand, man.
You know what? Real talk is I feel like my life is a challenge to other black men like us to do it right. Like I don't really make no excuses. Like I didn't change my name and say call me Hannibal. Just call me this. Call me. I wanted people to call me Big U and still call me by that name because I wanted young people to see it's not the name, it's the decisions and the choices you make.
Right.
Like I could still be Big U doing crazy shit,
right,
and moving a different kind of way, or I can still be big. I can be Big U and doing right and positive, making positive moves.
People don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, like Crippin is like our tribe, man.
It is.
We never can change who we is, you know what I'm saying? So It's always going to be a part of our lifestyle. We may,
sir.
venture a different way, but it's always us. Like, we learn shit from prison how to deal with people.
Exactly.
And we could deal with white people, Mexican people, any type of people, but we had to strategize in prison to survive.
Yes, sir.
So when we get out here, it's the same way we did in the pen. It's the same way we did in 4800. And any nigga that survived 4800 untouched is a reputable motherfucker.
You like when you came home.
Salute.
When you came home,
that's
you
what's wrong. It ain't no
Right.
4800.
It ain't.
When you came home, we was doing the peace treaty. We started our programs. We had a little meeting over on. We started on Crenshaw right there at the Lonzo boxing ring. Remember?
No, when I came home, it was over already. Remember,
It was
I came
over.
home
You
in
started the
2004.
program, and then we started little meetings right there at the little boxing ring on Crenshaw on 48.
Mm-hmm.
We brought the brother back, and you started developing options.
Yep. Well, I had
What made
already
you started that?
It got started. My really how it really started was I had a vision from what Keita Rock and them
Right.
was doing, and y'all was doing
the youth fair chance and the community build.
and the community build. And what was it called with these
South
the
Central Youth
shoes?
and Community Services.
Keita Rock and them at the shoe store.
Yeah, playground.
The playground. And so really what my vision was when I seen how that was going, and I had seen how a lot of the homies was really trying to mess with that. Then the president came. So I looked at it from the other side.
Right.
Because I had called Keita Rock one day and I was like, bro, like, give me some shoes for my sons. And then Keita Rock explained it to me. And then I seen on the news a couple months after that, they was talking they gave them 60 million or 50 million.
First Nike, the first Nike distribution outside of Nike store distributed to an independent retailer. They was the first one to ever get a Nike distribution. Then they had a NBA person put with them, which they didn't understand who to do with the NBA.
That was the problem.
They didn't know who he was. And then the president came, that blew him up out the water. But they didn't know at the time
how to deal with
that because they still had the mentality. Some of them still had the mentality, well, we still gangbanging, we peace, but we still tripping.
But you know what it was though, because it got lost.
Right.
And it got lost on them at the time, but it didn't get lost on me.
Right.
Because what I did was, because of where I was able to study and learn. Like, okay, well, you can't take that money because then they'll control you.